Would you swipe right? Who wants to fuck? Hey, family members who told me they watch Most Valuable Podcast stuff. I'm Sean Anderson, Most Valuable Podcast, and we're going to do the top 25 of the Primetime Podcast's college football rankings. I have the number 7, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, if you couldn't tell, and I'm wearing a Notre Dame jumpsuit right now because I was wearing a different shirt, but we're shooting all these videos on the same day. But we're going through, we're going to talk about ND's offense, ND's defense, and we're going to go through the schedule and kind of predict where they're going to end up. If we look at this offense, they're led by a returning quarterback, Deshaun Kaiser, and Kaiser should be the starting quarterback for the Fighting Irish. I know Malik Zaire is going to be in contention there, and if Kaiser falls, then he's going to step into that role. But Kaiser, he impressed me so much stepping in last year after Everett Golson left. I think he was a fantastic quarterback. I think he's just going to improve more and more. I think Kaiser was a phenomenal player last year, and it's only going to improve. It's only going to help because of Will Fuller's loss, because of Corey Robinson's loss, and because of CJ Prosis's loss as well. But if we look at Kaiser, I think he's able to lead this team. I think they're going to be able to kind of put the same output as they did last year, even though they lost Prosis and Fuller. I think they're going to be able to do that. And I know we also lost some offensive line help, but we still have so many great offensive line prospects that this offensive line isn't going to get worse. And then if you look at the running backs that filled in for Prosis when he did have some injuries, you look at Tareen Folston and you look at Josh Adams. Josh Adams was fantastic in his first year, his freshman year last year, and I think he's only going to improve on that with more touches. I think he had about 800 yards, 830 yards. He had about 7.1 yards per carry. I mean, that's ridiculous. If Josh Adams can do that, I mean, this running game is not going to falter too much. The only thing that I do worry about is that receiving core. We do have a good tight end coming from the Chicago area, Nick Wisher. He didn't get that much reps in Notre Dame last year. I think he will be able to step in as he is more of a seasoned guy here. I believe he's a junior now. I believe with his time spent in Notre Dame, with his time learning, I think he'll be able to step into a more prominent role there. I also think Torrey Hunter's kid's going to be able to do something on the outside. I think just that's going to be the biggest question mark for this offense is the wide receiving core, is that tight end core. Will they be able to be open enough for Kaiser to find them? Now looking at the defense, and this is the part where ND is going to get worse because I think this offense will be able to fill the holes of people leaving. But now with this defense, with Jalen Smith leaving, Sheldon Day leaving, Russell leaving, Shumate leaving, Schmidt leaving, all these players leaving, I think it's going to be hard to fill these roles. The front line is going to be fine. I think the front line won't suffer too much, but that back seven, those linebackers and secondary core is going to be thin and inexperienced, and that's going to be a very difficult thing for Brian Kelly to handle. Can this defense, kind of push back where they were last year? Because this defense was great last year, and if they can try to find that magic and try to rekindle that magic, that's definitely going to help this team. But I think the offense is going to have to carry this team because of the inexperience of that back seven of Notre Dame's defense. I think if Notre Dame's defense can step up, then we're going to see a college football playoff team. But if they cannot step up and they just show that inexperience and they falter and this offense just has an off night, that's going to be a definite fallback and that's going to be a definite hard thing to recover for Notre Dame. I think that if Notre Dame's defense is able to be able to back up that offense, be able to at least be serviceable and at least be in it for every game. I think that's going to definitely put this team into playoff contention. But this season's going to ride on how well that defense. And then I usually don't talk about specialists, but I love Justin Yoon. Justin Yoon's a great kicker. He's going to be great in the NFL. And if we do get into sticky situations, I think the kid can hit 50 plus out. So I think this Notre Dame team can be able to put on points, but can they keep points off the board? Now looking at Notre Dame's schedule here, we got to look at the first game in Texas. It was a difficult game last year, and Texas has gotten better, but I think Kaiser's ability to lead a team will give Notre Dame the win there. Then the next game against Nevada, I will give ND the win there. Then Michigan State at home, I think that's going to be the biggest key there, that it is at home. I will give ND the win over Michigan State there. Then ND's playing Duke. I will give that to ND. Then I'll give the win against Syracuse, again, at home there. I will give them 4 straight wins at home. Right now they're sitting at 4-1. Then they go to NC State. I will give them another win there at NC State. Then we get into the difficult part of this schedule. Then they go and play Stanford. Stanford is always difficult. It's at Stanford. I will give ND a loss there. We lost last year at Stanford. It's just I know Stanford lost Kevin Hogan, but I will give Stanford the win there. So that's putting Notre Dame at 5-2. Then I have ND beating Miami. I think ND will be able to beat Miami. I know Kaya is a great quarterback, but I think Notre Dame has enough. Even though it will be at the U, I think Notre Dame has enough there. I think they'll be 6-2 at the point there. Then they will beat Navy and Army. They'll be 8-2. Now we look at Virginia Tech. I will still give the win there to ND. And now this is the big game. USC. Can they beat USC? And just because Dave's there and Dave is a USC fan, I am giving the win to Notre Dame. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below. If you love this video and you love our content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. All of our social medias are over here. The most important one is patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. If you do want to check out all the great rewards we have, all the great stuff we're putting out, you want to help all of that, definitely check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. But that's going to do it for my ND preview. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.